Good morning, I'm Randy Anderson with AquaRecycle. This morning we're going to talk about your new AquaRecycle laundry wastewater recycle system. There are two basic varieties of recycle plants in our operation. One is the Eco line and the other is our Premium line. The difference between the two is storage of water. The Eco line is a straight process. The water comes in, we process it, it flows right back out to the wash machines. And the Premium line has a few more bells and whistles, but it has storage for the wastewater so we can process it slowly, and then storage on the final water so we can send it back quickly to the wash machines. The Premium line gets a higher recycle percentage. But they both operate on the same principle. We collect the wastewater, we process it through our recycle filters, and then we send it back to the laundry. In this case, we're shooting an Eco line. The wastewater pit is in the laundry, which is in another room, so we're not going to show it, but it's a collection tank below the wash machines where all the wastewater flows, and we pump from it. There's just a self-priming pump. As there's water in that tank, the pump comes on automatically and pumps the water downstream. On a Premium line, it would first go to an initial holding tank, but on an Eco line like this, it'll go into our lint shaker. This is a lint shaker. It's designed to take out the lint and the coarse solids from the wastewater, and it's our primary filter. The water flows from the gray pipe onto the lint screen, which is right about the middle of the system, and as the water flows, the lint shaker vibrates at a pretty high rate, and the lint vibrates out of the water and actually collects in this blue tube and in the lint bucket. It's a fairly dry waste. So you simply clean out the bucket once a day. Pull the blue tube out and empty the lint bucket in the garbage. And put the blue tube back in. The water actually flows through the screen and collects in what we call the leg tank. And the leg tank is your first small storage tank before water gets processed. Inside the leg tank are two float switches. A high level, which we call our fill float, which lets the system know if there's room to put more wastewater into it, and the low level, which is at the bottom of the tank, which we call our safety floats. And it tells the system whether or not there's any wastewater in the leg tank to process. If the safety float tells you there's water in the wastewater tank or in the leg tank to process, it'll turn on the process pump. The process pump is located on your control skid. The control skid is the heart of the operation. It contains the control panel, which is the brains. It has the computer, the PLC, all the contactors, and the main power goes through our central control panel. Also located on the control skid is all the main pumps. In this case, it's an extra large Eco, so it's got a process pump and a spare pump. Your small Ecos only has a process pump, and your Premium units actually have three pumps: a supply pump, a process pump, and a spare pump. The difference is the supply pump pulls water and supplies the wash machines from the final holding tank. On an Eco, you're on demand, so the process pump is actually supplying straight back to the wash machines. So when your leg tank safety float is indicating that there's water in your leg tank, the process pump will come on and send the wastewater down to the filtering system to be processed. So your process pump sends the wastewater from the leg tank to the suspended solids filter first. This suspended solids filter is filled with a recycled glass, which acts as the filter media. The water flows through that glass media and removes out the smaller suspended solids down to about 5 microns. So this takes out things like hair, silt, the really fine turbidity, particularly the fine lint that gets through the lint shaker. As the water flows through the bed, it comes out clean at the bottom and flows through our ultraviolet filter. The ultraviolet system is just a radiating light that irradiates the water as it flows through it and kills off the bacteria and the viruses as it passes through. From the ultraviolet filter, you flow to your soap and organics and oil and grease filters. These filters are filled with a variety of activated carbon, which is designed to take out the organic matter in the wastewater. This includes things like soaps, detergents, and chlorine. As the water flows through the bed, much like your suspended solids filter, the wastewater is slowly processed and cleaned up, and you remove in this case, the organic matter from the wastewater, and it flows from the bottom of the soap and organics filter either directly to your wash machines if it's an Eco line, or to your final holding tank for later uses by the wash machines. And that completes the operation of your AquaRecycle system.